Welcome back. This is episode 28 with And It Happens with Pam. Welcome to you, and I decided to record outside today. It's beautiful here in New Jersey. Sun's not out, but the weather temps are decent. It's 54 degrees Fahrenheit here, and it's supposed to reach 62. So I thought I would just record outside today. My husband's out fishing, so this is a good opportunity for me to do this right now. So I don't remember the last date I recorded. It's probably been a month, I'm going to say. I thought I'd be more prepared. I'm mostly prepared. Let's see. My last recording was 4 weeks ago. I didn't want it to be this long in between, but things happen. So I've been busy knitting in these 4 weeks for sure. Okay, sorry about that. So again, it's beautiful here. I've been knitting. I don't think there's been a whole lot happening the last 4 weeks other than my knitting and working. So you're going to hear the neighborhood kids out playing. They're kicking a soccer ball up into the fence. So I apologize for that, but I can't help that. All right, so we're going to get started. My first finished object is the Southwood sweater by Galt House Knits. No, I'm sorry. Southwood by Galt House of Yarn. I made one for my grandson, which I showed probably the last time I recorded. So I finished mine. I'm going to stand up, and this is mine. I'm very happy with it. I love the yarn. I love everything about it. I definitely would make another one. A couple things I'll tell you, though. We'll start with the yarn I was using. So I was using the big twist tweed yarn that I purchased at Joann Fabrics. The colorway is navy. I used a size 6 and size 8 needle, Chagoo needle. Size 6, of course, for the ribbing, and 8 for the body. The one thing I did a little bit different, I decided, because it's kind of like a boxy, I chose to do some decreasing in here so it would be a little bit more flattering. Otherwise, it would just be like this big tent on me. So, I mean, I did want a decent size sweater, but I didn't want it like out. I did not block this. It might have to be blocked, but I chose not to at this point. So I just threw it on. I love it. I love the tweed. I would definitely buy this yarn again, try it in another color. It was really nice to work with. So I'm very pleased that I got this finished. I started, I started January 16th, and I finished on February 13th. So I was very pleased to get that done. I thought I was going to have it done by the 12th. I still had the cuffs to do, or, the ribbing at this cuff. And I did that, finished it. Now I get to wear it. So I really haven't worn it yet. This is the first time wearing it. I tried it on. There's a picture I posted on Ravelry. So you can see that there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I posted it on Ravelry and I posted it on Instagram. Speaking of that, you can find me on Instagram at And It Happens with Pam and Ravelry Daydream 63. Okay, so that's that. I would highly recommend this knit if you just like a plain raglan sweater. I really enjoyed it. I definitely would make another one. I think it could use some short rows in here because it is a little baggy. But if I blocked it and pulled it down, it would probably work. But we're just going to leave it as is right now. So, and yes, I've been keeping up with my notes. Let's move on. Oh, I didn't bring that out with me. That's okay. So yeah, there's always something I forget. When you're doing this in another room, you just tend to forget things. So this is my first finished object. I'm putting on my second finished object. Okay. These are my second finished objects. This is called, Sorry, my cords are getting in the way. These are the Easy Fingerless Mitts by Kahn, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry. Very easy, simple directions. Turned out really good. They're actually for a friend of mine. This took me, let's see, how long did it take? It took 1 day to do these. So that's how fast this knits up. The yarn I used was from Cozy Colorworks that I purchased at Rhinebeck 2 years ago. It says Superwash Merino DK. The colors are Key Lime and Spring is in the Air. Obviously, this is the Key Lime, and this is Spring is in the Air. So she's going to be very happy with these. These are her colors. My hair's all over everything, but she's going to love them. I don't remember. See, I didn't put the size needles. Oh. It was, I can tell you. I have all my patterns right here. Which I'm working on several things right now. Do I have the pattern? Yes. So this called for a US 3.25 millimeter. I did the magic loop. Like most of what I knit anymore, I try to do magic loop. I prefer. I do, however, I always start my cuffs with a 9-inch circular. I'm more comfortable with that. At least the cast on part, I get it started and then I go back to magic loop. Because I'm not good at starting the magic loop on the cast on. So that's why I do that. Now, from what I have here on in, and sorry about the background, it looks crappy right now because it's not cleaned up yet. It's wintertime. So just ignore that. So I have, let's see, okay. This is finished but not finished. I get very frustrated at some point with this. It is the MKal that I was working on, that I started in January with Cozy Up Knits. It's the Mini Me MKal. And it started out really good. I was having fun. It started out good. Let me get closer so you don't see that mess as much. But I struggled in a couple spots. I don't have it woven in, therefore it is not blocked yet, but I love the colors. I love most of it. But when I got to the end, the pattern, for some reason I was way off. So I said, you know what? To hell with it. I'm gonna finish it. And it's wearable. No one's gonna know the difference. It just looks like a bunch of eyelets going all over the place. It's not what it was supposed to look like. It's not terrible. It's wearable for sure. And yes, it needs to be blocked. But otherwise, it's not bad. It's very soft and drapey, which I like. But after I block it, it's going to be much better. It's just I got frustrated with it. I wanted to just be over it and finish my sweater. So this was in my daisy bag. And the yarns that I used for this was from Wool and Women Fibers. My friend Andrea. And it was all fingering weight yarn, Precious Stone, Orange Orchards, and Semi-Precious. So they were what I used. The pattern is on Ravelry, a purchase pattern. I would not deter you from making it or knitting it. I don't know. I don't know where my focus was. I think my focus was getting back to this. So I think that was my major problem. I keep trying to get this in the right angle. So that is that. Um, yeah, I need a day of blocking. I have so many things I have to block. I need to just do it. I have shawls that I haven't blocked yet from a couple years ago. I need to work on that. Okay. So next we're going to have a half-finished object. And this is from Calypso Knits, a free pattern on Ravelry, Easy Fingerless Mitts by Maggie Smith. So I would have had them both done, but then I stopped to make my friend the mitts. So yes, it's the same yards I use for my sweater. I made it longer than the pattern recommends or calls for. And the only other thing I would do differently, because I went to the pattern, except for the length, but it just kind of ends like this. I think that if it was a good pattern, if I make it again, I'm going to do the 2x2 ribbing around here to bring the thumb up, because I don't like it like that. It isn't terrible, but it's not what I prefer. I would prefer it like this. And I suppose I could pick up and do that. There's a thought. Even though it's bound off, I could probably just pick up there and do that. That'll be more to my liking. So it didn't take long to make this one. I started this on February 14th, but this is all I have. It was a cast on of 36, and I always use the German twisted cast on. And if you want to learn the German twisted cast on, if you don't know, Andrea Murray has a really good tutorial on that. So I do like this. I will make the other one, but I do think I am going to do that. I'm going to pick up and do the 2x2 ribbon here, so I like it better. So that is my half-finished object. Fingerless gloves or fingerless mitts are great because they go pretty quick. No matter if you're using fingerless, fingering weight yarn or DK, whatever, it goes pretty quick. Okay, there's that. Alright, so another thing I have, this is one of my SSK Yarners bags I purchased a while ago. And in it lives a pair of socks, which I have to put this in my book, but I did start these sometime last year. I don't remember if I started them my second or third trip to Vermont, so it's been a while. So I got them going again. I now have them put on for 2 at a time. So I did get some of that done. I didn't get a lot done, but I'd say about a good inch I have into them now. So these are the socks for my daughter Paula. I told you, Paula, I would work on them. The heel, now it's pretty much, it's just a basic vanilla sock. The heel, now it's been a while, but I believe the heel that I chose to do was from, I want to say, I don't know if it was from the Hermione's Everyday Socks or not. I'm going to have to look that up, but I like how that pattern went. I'm going to have to go back and figure out what I did there, but I do like the look of that. So the yarn was purchased in Vermont, the yarn bank in Vermont, and the color is butter churned. I do remember all that, so they'll go into my notes. The needles look like they're probably, I think these are a 1.25 US on my Chowgoose. I believe that's the needle size. I love the yarn. It's Miss Tori's yarn from the yarn bank. I don't know if they make that anymore or not, Miss Tori's, but I did buy 2 other colorways. I had the blue one that I knit for my grandson Simon, done a while ago, and I have not started mine yet. I'm lucky I got these going again. But this is something that I want to get finished now for her. But yes, the soft, it's just so soft. I'll have to look up the specifics on the yarn. I'm sure I can find that. We'll probably talk about that the next time, so I'll have more written down on that. Again, that is in my SSK Yarners bag with pine cones on it. And I don't know if she still has an Etsy shop. I don't know. But her name is Karen. She's also on Instagram. If I can remember to put all that down in my show notes, I will. All right. The next, this bag, I should wash this bag. I've had it for a few years now, but this is in my Cozy Up Knits bag from JoJo Bags. So this is my new project I decided to start. I am very late to the game, but this is my Vertices Unite I started. I printed the pattern. I purchased the pattern yesterday. It's $6.41 US dollars on Ravelry, and of course it's Stephen West. And I've never knit a Stephen West shawl, so I'm excited about this. I printed it yesterday, started it yesterday. I was working on it this morning, so I'm not real far, and I am doing the small version. There's a large version and a small version. I'm starting slow. I'm going with the small version. So there's, let's see how many sections. It is the shawl. It just, everybody says how much fun they had knitting this, so I'm really excited about it. So what do we have? We have 6 sections and an I-cord border. I have no idea what colors I'm going to use. I went into my yarn stash. Uh-oh, these fell off the needles. Hold on. Must fix. Must fix. Must fix. Oh boy. All right, I have to fix that. But we're just going to go right here for now. All right. Okay. So I'm on section 1, obviously. I am at the point where you decrease in section 1. Yes, it's not straight, but once it's blocked out, it's all going to be fine. This is pretty neat. So like I said, I went in my stash. The first thing that comes out to me is, once again, the key lime. I'm drawn to this color. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. It says something to me. And then I saw this blue, and the key lime was from Cozy Color Works. This blue is just something that I had balled up. There's nothing in the middle. I don't have anything in the middle with a tag or a ball band, so I don't know what or where it's from. So the interesting thing I did with this, I liked the colors together. I almost did a purple, but I did this blue. I do like the blue and the lime together. So this is actually a fingering weight. So we have a DK and a fingering weight. So what I decided to do was put them together, which creates this really nice texture. So you have the thin and the thicker. I mean, it's not going to affect anything. I really do kind of like how that comes out. The texture of it is pretty neat. I like it. So I decided to do that. So when you reverse it, that's what the back looks like. I love it. I really like the back. It's pretty cool looking. So I don't know what colors I'm going to go with next in this, but I'm really, really excited about it. I don't think you can go wrong with whatever you do, because it is a plethora of color if you wish, or you can do something more traditional color-wise. Let's see. Let me see if I have a front page to this. So this is the Stephen West Vertices Unite that he knit. So you can do any kind of color combination, and one that is pictured, and fold this over so I don't show any pattern, but there's these colors that you could do anything with this. It's a good stash buster. So I'm enjoying that so far. Again, I just started it yesterday. So I'm not extremely far, but nonetheless, I'm enjoying it. I really, 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 really like this. I really don't know what colors I'm going to put in it next, but I'll choose something, obviously. So I should have my Addy needle holders on here, but I just threw it in the bag and came out here. So, and JoJo Bags does have a shop on Etsy, so I'll put a link down there for that too. The last thing I have, I mean, the only purchases I've made are more needles, because I just keep buying needles because I go to knit a project, I can't find the right size, even though I have so many. Whatever. Okay, so now we have our Patreon mail from Wool and Women Fibers. I have not opened yet. These are my monthly minis. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, this is called True Love. Oh, look how gorgeous. Oh, they're so pretty. If you have not tried Andrea's yarn, you must. Wool and Women Fibers. Again, I mention them all the time. Andrea dyes the yarn. Aggie makes the bags, and Samantha makes the Progress Keepers. They do phenomenal work, these three ladies. So I would definitely check them out. Knit with the yarn, it's just a pleasure. They just have gorgeous yarn. And the yardage on this is, let's see, total 46 yards. Looks like 75, let's see if I don't, 75-25. So I have millions, no, that's not true, hundreds and hundreds of these. But they're so gorgeous. I love getting these every month. So if you have not checked them out, you must. Again, I'm a Patreon with them and Cozy Up Knits. So I think that's that. That is my little recording for today. There we go. Please like and subscribe. Ring the bell so you get notified on my upcoming YouTube podcast. I think that's it. Now I'm babbling. Now I don't know what to say. It is so much better when you have somebody to podcast with. I get to do it with my daughter Kayla sometimes, but yeah, most of the time not. So, I guess that's all. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you next time on Knit Happens with Pam. Have a great Sunday. Oh yes, it is President's Day. Happy birthday, George Washington. Bye.